They say blood is thicker than water, but what if the blood you share is the very thing that could tear you apart? In a world where love fights against pain, and secrets run deeper than scars, two hearts find themselves bound by more than just affection. This is the story of Andrew and Loretta, two souls walking the fragile line between destiny and disaster. Welcome to this episode of Love Tales series, The Blood We Share, where every heartbeat tells a tale. Please subscribe, like, and share. Put on the notification bell to get notified anytime we drop a new episode. Let's dive in. Episode 1, titled The Girl by the Window. The bell clanged for the third time that morning, its metallic cry echoing through the long corridor of St. Benedict's College. Students hurried to their seats, their polished shoes drumming against the tiled floor like restless rain. The air smelled faintly of chalk dust and freshly mopped floors. Loretta sat by the window in the last row, her chin resting lightly on her palm, staring at the compound beyond. The wind teased strands of her hair across her cheek, and she brushed them away impatiently. She wasn't in the mood for another Monday morning, especially not one where he would be there. Andrew. He was the reason she dreaded literature class, not because he was brilliant, oh no, but because he had a special talent for turning every answer she gave into a joke. His smirk was an uninvited guest in her day, and the sound of his voice was an itch she couldn't scratch. As if on cue, the classroom door banged open, and Andrew strolled in, late as usual. He had that lazy confidence that annoyed her more than she cared to admit. His shirt collar was slightly raised, his tie loose, his satchel slung over one shoulder like he owned the world. And then, of course, the smirk, the one that said, "I know you see me, and I know it bothers you." "Ah, Madam Window Gazer," he said as he passed her desk, his voice dipped in mockery. "Waiting for Prince Charming or just counting clouds again?" Loretta didn't even look at him. "At least clouds are peaceful. You wouldn't understand." The class laughed quietly, and Andrew tilted his head, feigning a wounded expression before sliding into his seat. Mr. Ibekwe, the literature teacher, walked in just then, his glasses balanced precariously at the tip of his nose. "Settle down, class. Today we will be discussing Romeo and Juliet," he announced. Loretta felt her lips twitch into a smirk. Perfect, she thought. This she could handle. But before she could enjoy the moment, the universe decided to play its favorite game, chaos. Halfway through the lesson, Mr. Ibekwe handed out the midterm test results. Lorita's stomach tightened. She was good at literature, always had been. But when the paper slid onto her desk, the bold red ink screamed 34%. Her breath caught. She never failed. From the corner of her eye, she saw Andrew flip his own paper and the same number stared back at him. 34%. Their eyes met, not in rivalry this time, but in stunned disbelief. And then the words came. "Both of you, after school, report to the staff room. You will rewrite the test from scratch, together." The class chuckled. Lorita's pulse quickened. The idea of spending even a second after school with Andrew felt like a punishment crafted by the devil himself. Andrew, however, leaned back in his chair, his smirk returning. "Looks like destiny wants us to suffer together, Juliet." Loretta rolled her eyes and turned back to the window. Outside, the wind stirred the leaves, but inside, something else had shifted. Something neither of them understood yet. The last school bell rang. Most students rushed out, laughing and shouting, happy to be free. But Loretta stayed at her desk, not moving. She could hear Andrew behind her, whistling as if he just won a trophy. "Why are you happy?" she asked, turning to glare at him. "Because I get to spend the afternoon with my favorite enemy," Andrew grinned, showing all his teeth. Loretta rolled her eyes. "You are not my favorite anything." "Well," Andrew shrugged, "after today, maybe I will be." They walked to the staff room. The air outside was hot and dry. Lorita's shoes made small clicking sounds on the cement floor, while Andrew swung his school bag like it was a game. Inside the staff room, Mr. Ibekwe handed them clean sheets of paper. "You will rewrite the test here. No talking, no playing. Finish before you go home," he said. "Yes, sir," they both replied. For the first 10 minutes, it was quiet. Loretta tried to focus, but Andrew kept tapping his pen against the desk. Tap, tap, tap. She frowned. "Stop that." Andrew looked innocent. "Stop what?" "That noise. You're disturbing me." "I'm just making background music so you can think better." Loretta shook her head and went back to writing. 5 minutes later, Andrew whispered, "Psst, what's the answer to question 3? "Do your own work," she hissed. He leaned closer. "If you tell me, I'll, carry your school bag for 1 week. Loretta burst out laughing before she could stop herself. "No, thanks. I don't trust you. You'll probably throw my bag in the dustbin." Andrew grinned. "Well, maybe." They worked a little more in silence until Andrew's pencil rolled off the desk. He bent down to pick it up and came back up with a serious face. "Loretta, I think my pencil just spoke to me." Loretta stared. "Are you okay?" He nodded. "Yes." It said, "Andrew, you need Loretta to help you pass." Loretta shook her head again, trying to hide her smile. "Your pencil lies a lot." After an hour, they both dropped their pens at the same time. Mr. Ibekwe checked their papers, nodded, and said, "Better. You can go now." As they walked out, Andrew looked at her and said, "See? Not so bad spending time with me." Loretta smirked. "It was bad. Just not very bad." Andrew laughed. "I'll take that as a compliment." The sun was setting, and for the first time, Loretta didn't feel like pushing him into the gutter. And that's where we leave Andrew and Loretta, for now. But tomorrow, the halls of St. Benedict's College will whisper new secrets, and you don't want to miss what happens next. So So hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and tell us in the comments, what do you think is really going on and what's about to happen?